Hello everyone, my name is Trivia Rose, and today we're going to be looking at how to solo Asylum in Nightmare mode. We're going to be looking at some tips and tricks, some ways to very quickly find the ghost and make sure that you're not dropping your sanity while you're, going back and forth between the room. This is the biggest map in the game, and it is probably one of the more intimidating ones, but this is one that I actually like to start with for every stream. So shall we jump right on into it? Shall we go? Shall we go? All right. So, let me add all of my items in. I know I'm soloing it. I don't need all the items, but we'll do that first. We're jumping into Nightmare, and let's go in. Fun. That sounds amazing. You can see I can see my house from here, Cam. All right, let's go. So, let's take a very quick look first at what we need to do. So in this case, we need to witness a ghost event, escape during a hunt, which I probably actually won't be doing. One of my big tips is don't do the hunt objectives on solo unless you're super comfortable with it. Could you be quiet, please? And to have the ghost blow out a candle for Susan Sweeney. That's fine. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So what I'm going to do, so my loadout for a map like this, especially when it's a solo run, is grab a candle, grab a lighter, and grab your flashlight to start. Why do you need both light sources? So your flashlight will make it easy to see, and your candle will prevent your sanity from draining. And on Nightmare, of course, you can't see what your sanity is, so it's better safe than sorry. One thing I also like to do, and this actually works really well on maps like Prison, is check the cameras first. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll see an orb, and that'll kind of give you a sense of where to go. So we're going to just do a quick check here. Unfortunately, now that they've changed it so doors can be open, you can't really rely on the doors being open to let you know where the ghost is. But there's one thing we are going to be doing to make sure that that actually works. So we're just going to keep going through. Obviously, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm just kind of going quickly, but it's just a good practice to have. Apologies if you can hear the highway. I do have a window open. Terrible timing for someone to go by in a motorcycle. All right, so Asylum. What is our object? What is our cursed object? It is... That's not very helpful, Ghost. I'm trying to teach people how to do Asylum. We're gonna ignore the fact that we know where the ghost is in order to do this video. But basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna start by shutting all of the doors. And yes, this is super tedious and really frustrating to do sometimes, especially because there are over 200 rooms. However, it's the best way to kind of figure out where the ghost is pretty quickly. And it's actually why I will not play Asylum with other people. Because a lot of people forget to shut the doors. And so it makes it harder to find the ghost. So, yes, we know where the ghost is. It decided to ring the phone for us. It's in the front. But what I'm going to do is I'm still going to walk around. I'm going to check. I'm also going to actually turn on the power. There's over 200 rooms? Yes. So what I want to do here... You do it pretty quickly, though. So right now we're up in the middle. So I always start this area first because the ghost usually interacts pretty quickly over here. So we're just going to shut all these doors. Again, we know where it is, but that's fine. We're going to shut these doors. We're going to make sure these are going. And I actually, the sound might be annoying, but I actually make sure that you hear the ghosts or the doors shut like that to confirm that you are all good. Oi, oi, YouTube. A lot of rooms? Yeah. So there is talk of making Asylum half the size that it is today. I'm actually against that decision because I think it's really nice to have one really hard map. Though, as I've mentioned, I actually don't think the big maps are hard, especially if you use this trick with the candle, because A, it's a little easier to break line of sight, and B, it's a little easier to make sure you're not near the ghost room. It's a lot of doors. It's not too bad, so I'll kind of show here. So we know the ghost is over here. I'm still going to shut these doors just to see if it's actually in this hallway space or if it's in the rooms themselves. So those are shut. And the other thing I like to do really when I get started is I'll do one side and then the other side. So we're going to go over to the left-hand side right now. I'm going to shut that door for now, and I'm going to shut all the doors upstairs and then all the doors downstairs, go across, and then do the same on the right side. And what basically this allows you to do is then check your cameras after, or if you do another sweep, see if it's opened a door, and that'll tell you exactly where the ghost is. One thing that my mods like to do is they like to tell me to open all the doors. So I will warn you now, please don't play Asylum with my mods. They will make it much harder on you. What rooms in the last hotel you were at? Oh my goodness. What type of hotel was it? I would love to know the details. Yeah, so I'm just kind of slamming the door right now. Opening the doors makes it more fun, says one of the troublemakers. But originally, when they didn't have it set so doors would be shut at first, obviously this was a lot easier. You would just go walk around looking for the open door. I also steal the lighters, so no candles. Exactly. What kind it was? Okay, okay. I hope it was a lovely experience, though. I have not really traveled much, and unfortunately, I think my trip to Ireland has been canceled, so I have to get my refund on my flight. But that's okay. So left side upstairs is set and checked. Again, we're gonna make sure these doors are shut. Also, there is one thing I have noticed with Asylum more recently is the ghost will do something in one area and then be in a completely different area 10 minutes later on the map for the duration of the map. So it's good to go through this regardless of where you heard it, because I've definitely been debated a few times. Memory worse than a goldfish? Oh no. I doubt that. I doubt that. Alright, so these are all shut, and we're going to shut this door. There are many times where I've had a ghost turn on the sinks, and then they end up being, like, in the complete opposite hallway. So this is good practice regardless, so we're just going to do this. Where's the power? Is the power here? No. Okay. And because I'm walking around with this candle, I'm not having any issues with my sanity. I'm not worried that the ghost is going to start hunting me. Granted, do remember that a demon can hunt you at 100%. So if I had a demon, there is a small possibility that I could still get hunted right now. So always just be a little aware of that. So we have cleared the downstairs left. I did not shut this all the way. There we go. So downstairs left is all set. Upstairs left is all set. We're going to go over to the right. Don't really remember most of your childhood stuff, only bits and pieces. Oof. I think my earliest memory was when I had my 18-hour spinal surgery. I remember being put under for the surgery and then waking up after it. That is my youngest memory. I was 4 years old. I don't remember much after that, though. Okay, those are shut. One thing I do notice, though, is something like a bathroom. The stalls tend to be shut at the beginning. You don't have to worry about checking a bathroom and seeing that those doors are open and wondering if the ghost is there. So that is a positive in this case. That would make it a little harder. Power? No. No power there. I also want to have the power on, so I'm not worried about the power in terms of having lights on and things, but what it does help you with is if it's a ghost like a Hantu, it's going to turn that power off. So it's one way to make sure that you can figure out the ghost type pretty quickly. Yikes. That sounds super painful. Sounds super, super painful. Okay. So far, so good. Again, we know where the ghost is. It was a little anticlimactic with that, but we're going to have these all shut. Candle goes out, so that's the reason I carry a lighter. Even though it's kind of a waste of a space, if your candle goes out just because you're walking around for a long time, you can relight it and you don't have to worry about running back to the van. Finding power in Asylum. So there are only a few spots where it can be. So as long as you know exactly where to go to find it, it's pretty easy. I don't like when it's down here because it's just a long walk. It's pretty unnecessary to do it. But it's like that's one change I'd like to see. So the power could be here. It's not this time, but it could be. So it's going to be upstairs right. And the traffic is getting louder again. I apologize. So we're going to scoot back up. How do you relight the candle? So I'm just carrying it. I just hit F. And because I have the lighter in my other hand, it just relights for me. You don't need to put it down. You don't need to like do this. You don't need to set it down, grab this, and then hit it. You can just do it while you're holding it. So it makes it very quick. So sometimes I will semi-AFK because I'm chatting with chat. And my candle goes out, so I don't need to be like, oh my god, I have to fix this, right? I can just hit F key while talking, which is pretty handy. We're gonna run back up here. And now we're gonna do the right side. Again, it's a little tedious, but I will assure you, in the long run, it makes this map faster. One thing, a lot of people do talk about being lost on this map. Just remember, it's basically a straight line, both upstairs and downstairs. So really just kind of go up and down the halls. You can use things like a glow stick and put them at markers where you know the doors are going to be. And that can help kind of lead you back. I don't think it's super necessary, though. I think, you know, just practicing and going through it a lot, I think will really help you out. So again, here I'm just making sure the doors are shut. The power is going to be here. So we're going to turn the power on real quick. The power on being on is also helpful if you have a mare and you turn on the light and it turns it off. Yes, you'll still hear the click of the switch, but it's much handier to be able to see it turn the light off. I'm gonna shut these. I am trigger happy. Hello, how are you? Good morning. So we're just gonna scoot on around here. Check everything out. I actually like when the ghost is up here. I think these rooms are pretty easy to deal with. You don't have to worry about like the long hallways. I've never really, well, no. I would say I've never really had a hallway ghost over here, but that is not true. But it does seem a little less common. On amateur to go through this map and get comfortable. That's a very good tip too. If you do not feel comfortable with going right into a nightmare, definitely do it on like amateur or even professional. That way you can at least keep an eye on your sanity, even though it'll be fine. And you don't really have to worry about like craziness going on, things like that. So now that we've checked all of the rooms and we know all of the doors are shut, we're gonna go back over to where we knew the ghost was. One thing I'm gonna do before we do that, just to kind of show how the candle works, right? So all these doors are shut, which is great. I'm actually gonna turn on this front light here, just to have it on. Run. Turn that on just so that gives me an idea that the power is still on. So I always want to know if it gets shut off to tell me what the ghost is. So I'm just gonna put that down for a moment. I'm gonna check my sanity just by trying to take a pill. See, I can't take a pill, so my sanity is still at 100%. I am good to go. Now we can go walk over to where the ghost actually is. And candle is one of the objectives, so we're just gonna bring the candle with us. What does nightmare mode do? So for nightmare mode, you cannot see what your sanity is, and you cannot see what the ghost activity is. And you only get 2 pieces of evidence, and then you kind of have to guess based on behavior. So the ghost did open this door, because remember I did shut that door earlier. Did it open that one? No. So I'm assuming it's actually in this room, but it is not guaranteed. But this sounds like it probably was the telephone that it hit. Or leave that. We're gonna let it do its candle run. Or can't blow out the candle, so we're gonna just do that real quick, and then we're gonna run back over here. And we're gonna start grabbing our items. So one thing I'm gonna do real quick is I am gonna throw down crucifixes just in case it's a demon. I just always want to make sure I'm safe like that. And then I will also grab a thermo to triple check to make sure that's the coldest room. And that's the other reason to put the power on. It makes it easier to find which room is colder. Again, the ghost could move, which is really frustrating, but it's a good way to like really start and make sure that you're feeling comfortable with the location you found. Correct. So nightmare makes your sanity drop the fastest. You can't see it. You can't see the ghost activity, and the hunts are longer. Hunts will also continue if someone dies, so you could technically have a full team wipe if the hunt goes poorly. It was my candle tip that made it so much easier. Hey! Excuse you. Pardon you. That was rude. So I think the ghost may actually be in the entryway. That is very unfortunate. I do not like ghosts in the entryway. I actually find them to be the most dangerous because you are in a lot of trouble if the ghost hunts and you're right there. Yeah, so the ghost isn't in here. It debated us with this door. The ghost is in the very front. Helps a lot how calm she talks, makes it better to remember. I have a lot of experience with the game, which definitely helps us. The other thing really with this game is I have been an official content creator for it since January of 2021. So it is a game that is near and dear to my heart. It's very helpful. For those of you who are interested, by the way, my service dog Graham is actually in Edgefield. He is one of the photos there, and you can actually rescue him. So you can pick that up, and I can show you that after this round if you would like. So it's very cool to have him represented in the game as well. So we're going to just grab this. I'm also going to go take a pill. I want to see how much that drained my sanity for the ghost yelling at me. But the ghost is definitely in the front. So we're going to just do that. And that is why I use the thermo. It really helps me figure out where the ghost could be. So we did get our ghost event, which is great. I did not get the candle yet, which is fine. We're going to take these in. I don't need this right now. I'm going to take this. Charging for taking things from the houses. I have never heard that personally. I think that would be very, very unfortunate and probably a mistake on their part. So I don't think so. Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Are you a yokai? Hi. Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Okay. You're working on being able to play alone? I did not play alone for the longest time. I used to do trios, and then I switched to duos, and now I solo most of the time. We do community games as well, usually on Sundays. So we may do some community games later. You're a biggest thief in this game? People have so much fun taking stuff and playing with things once a team member is gone. Yep, 100%. So I'm actually going to... I went past. I'm going to move the camera here. I want to see if I'm seeing anything. It doesn't seem to like when I'm talking. It makes me think it's a yokai, potentially. But we would need orbs, spirit box, dots. We didn't get spirit box. That doesn't mean anything just yet, though. Okay. And it also has not blown out our candle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some salt. I'm going to take UV. Yeah, you can definitely rebound the keys. I've done that before. I've actually rebound my... Ooh, we have dots. I have rebound my... journal. Just to make it a little easier, for example. I'm just going to step back here. I want to see if I can see feet from here. So it could be a wraith, and it could be just jumping around. It could also be a banshee. It could be a banshee that's kind of angry with me for walking around. Let me just start another battle real quick, and then we're going to go in and take a look again. So if you are interested in Stream Raiders, definitely join on in. Battle has started. Let me just check my sanity. Sanity's still fine. We don't need a smudge right now. We're going to grab this. I just want to see it walk through the salt. It is fascinating. However, when you get dots in one spot, but then it doesn't do anything else over there. Ooh, I got a package delivered. Okay, so we can guarantee no fingies. That's easy enough. Kind of want to check. Okay, so it's definitely not in this room. So it's definitely in the outside where we got the dots. I don't want that. I would like for it to walk through my salt to give me an idea of what it could be. What I am going to do, I'm going to move this a little bit so it's easier to see. And again, because I'm standing here with my candle, I'm not going to lose my sanity. Unless it gives me a ghost event. Alright, Ghost, what are you? I would also like you to blow up my candle, please. I want to see what that EMF is. Because it could be an EMF 5 Ghost. Turn on the fan in here. Interesting. So this ghost is kind of wandering all over the place. So what I might do is I might actually... Where'd my candle go? I might actually guess and go on this one. But this is basically what you would be doing for an asylum run. I don't love when it acts like this. It's a little annoying. Just gonna take that pill real quick. Nope. My sand is still fine. I'm gonna kind of go between the rooms. And see what's happening. It won't step in my salt there, which is frustrating. I'm gonna shut that. It did turn this on, though. It hit a light switch. What light switch did you hit? Ah, it turned this light on. Oh! Alright. Did we get... We got the candle. So the ghost is more over here. That's good to know. Aha. I see. So what I'm going to do... Now that we kind of see where the activity is happening a little bit more, we're going to take that pill. If we can. Nope. It's a good check. Always check with your pills. See if you can take them. I'm gonna do this real quick. Barked your arm on something. Physico, bruise coming in. Yikes. That's no fun. So ghost is definitely more active around here. There are no fingies. So what I want to do is I want to see if we get salty toes. It's very roamy, which is interesting. Let me turn that back on. So I'd like to see... Actually, we're going to grab this as well. I'm going to grab my lighter again, I think. Or not. I don't remember where it fell. We'll move the book. Grab a candle. Alright. Now let's look and see if we get any salty toes. What's weird about the behavior of this ghost is it's reacting a lot in all of these areas. However, so when you get a ghost event, however, you will never get EMF 5 on a ghost event like that. When it shows, you always get EMF 4. Ah, you are a wraith. You are a wraith. And we are done. We are done. I'm not going to be doing the hunt objective, especially because it's in the middle. Jafango, hello, good morning. And we're going to head on it. All right. So that was a solo asylum run. Again, the ghost was kind of in the front and he was kind of doing things a little bit all over the place. Salt test is super important. Keeping your sanity up with the candle is super important. But that's basically how you do it. And you really have to figure it out right with your behavior. So I only got one piece of evidence. However, using the salt test told me it was a wraith and I was good to go. One thing I would say is if it's not, you know, a wraith where it's that easy, what you can do is just kind of watch its behavior, right? So if it's very, very quiet and your sanity is very high, but you get dots and you get another piece of evidence for, say, a banshee, it's probably going to be a banshee. Not always, obviously. The ghosts never act 100% how they should, but keep that in mind. A mare is going to turn the lights off if you turn them on. A hantu is going to turn off the power if you turn it on. And if you are, you know, going up against a djinn, it's not going to turn off the power, for example. So definitely make sure you're watching their behavior. Make sure you're shutting the doors so you can really see where it's interacting the most. Motion sensors are helpful, salt is helpful, etc. But thank you, YouTube, for joining in. We will do some more guides like this in the future. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And we will have more content soon. And definitely join me on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sundays. Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday are 6 p.m. Eastern, and Sundays are 10 a.m. Eastern. Have a good one. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.